One of the convicts who escaped Alcatraz in 1962 may have surfaced. 3 men broke out of Alcatraz in 1962, and they have been missing ever since. According to a letter purportedly written by one of the escapees, John Anglin, and submitted in 2013, the FBI suspected they had drowned in San Francisco Bay. Anglin, who is currently 83 and apparently in poor health condition, makes the police an offer. The only guys in history who have not been discovered are the 3 who fled from Alcatraz in 1962. The men are still missing. According to Donald O'Keefe, U.S. Marshal for the Northern District of California. The FBI has long held that the escapees drowned, presumably after being carried away by San Francisco Bay's strong currents. But there is a letter that John Anglin, who is supposedly one of the escapees, is said to have submitted to the San Francisco police in 2013. According to CBSF, the letter purports to be from John Anglin, who claims to have escaped from Alcatraz in 1962 along with his brother Clarence and Frank Morris. The letter claims that John Anglin, who is currently 83 years old, is ill with cancer and in poor health. He acknowledges that they all narrowly avoided capture that evening. In the letter, Anglin offers the police a bargain, if they declare on television that he will spend a maximum of 1 year in jail and get medical attention. He offers to divulge details on his whereabouts. The United States Marshal Service, the only federal agency still actively pursuing the 3 fugitives, claims that the letter was delivered to the U.S. Marshals, who passed it on to the FBI for forensic handwriting examination. The FBI indicated that the findings of that analysis were inconclusive and did not disclose any additional information, which is a little odd. The CIA has no additional leads to follow, according to U.S. Marshal O'Keefe. He did, however, add that the investigation is ongoing and will continue for as long as any of the 3 are alive. It was thought that it would be difficult to escape Alcatraz, which is encircled by ferociously cold ocean currents. Frank Morris and the Anglin brothers met in Pr. Son, the exact location is uncertain, but it may have been Alcatraz or Georgia. Morris was the architect behind their escape plot because of his cunning and intelligence to carry out their scheme. The 3 prisoners and a 4th person, Alan West, opened the air vents in their cells using kitchen spoons and a Hoover drill. The exposed utility passage behind the jail block was connected to these vents. Then, in order to work on their strategy covertly at night, they established a secret workshop on the roof of their cell block. The foreman followed out their strategy on June 11, 1962. They created phony heads, using actual hair from the jail barbershop plus toilet paper, soap, and water. To deceive the guard who checked on them throughout the night, these dummy heads were placed on their pillows to give the impression that they were sleeping. They then proceeded up a ventilation shaft to the roof of the structure. They brought many things, including a raft they had constructed out of many raincoats. To blow up the raft, they used a concertina that they stole from another prisoner. They rowed the raft across the gloomy channel to the mainland using homemade plywood paddles. Around 10 p.m., the 3 inmates climbed onto the jail roof, sneaked to the edge of the structure, and descended a stovepipe to the ground 4 stories below. When they got close enough to the shore, they pushed their raft into the bay after scaling the barbed wire fences and avoiding being seen by the guard towers and gun turrets. The men's whereabouts have subsequently been the subject of several leads, rumors, and stories in the 55 years after their escape. In 2011, an 89-year-old Georgian man named Bud Morris claimed to be Frank Morris's cousin and said that he had personally handed envelopes of cash to an Alcatraz prison officer after seeing Frank in a park close to San Diego. The Anglin family presented a picture to 11 Alive, an Atlanta-based news organization, after the escape in 2016, claiming it was of John and Clarence in Brazil. An international smuggler named Fred Britsai, who had known the Anglins as children, had given the family the photo. The U.S. Marshals claimed that none of these leads have resulted in anything, yet many people believe that the escape was successful. The Anglin letter from last week appears to support the idea that the fugitives were successful that cold night over a half-century ago. The third possibility is that whoever supported the 3 inmates in escaping that evening and helping them re-enter society using aliases did so while keeping his mouth shut.